your weapon. We're doing a new thing with audio.
What?
We're doing kind of like a floor, basically.
A floor?
What it means is it won't record anything lower than 12 decibels.
Why?
Because the road noise is typically at about 20 decibels when I'm in the recording.
God.
So it's hopefully going to reduce the noise by just a tiny bit more than what it was before.
Was it really noisy before?
It wasn't that bad. You watched the entire video, right? Ideally, it should remove the majority of that noise.
God.
It's not going to remove everything, but it should help a little bit, is what I've seen.
Watching that video and looking at this one right now, the awful neck beard really hides the fact that I look really fat when I look down at the thing.
Hey, you know, sometimes
There's
that's
plus
how
sides
it is.
for all awful things that I have.
So, and then of course the upload schedule is going to be Wednesday at noon, ideally.
Wednesday at noon, huh?
Yep. Because that
so
way
our
I
next
can.
episode coming out tomorrow then?
Yep, I've already edited it.
Oh.
Yep, episode 2's already edited. Just it's scheduled to be posted at noon on Wednesday. So
most consistent uploads we'll be having.
Yeah.
That's good. Did you get the transition in there this time? If you say no, I'm gonna cry.
It looked really bad.
How dare you? It doesn't matter how bad it looks.
Do you really want it in that bad?
Because I think it'd be really funny. You know what? I think we should have one for Firehouse too. I want a Firehouse sub spinning around.
So to be honest with you, I just did a clean cut between us getting in and out because honestly, it cut well enough.
Awesome.
So it just kind of like transitions to us leaving. I mean, I don't know. I did not do it because I didn't think it looked good. And I wanted to find something better, but I also wanted to have it posted by Wednesday. And I didn't want to be up until 3 a.m. again.
Is it the first episode we're talking about, or is this 2?
This is episode 2.
Okay. How hard would it be to realistically get just the D&D logo?
It was a D&D logo spinning, and I thought it didn't look good. That was my opinion on it.
I mean, you could just do it like the actual Batman thing where it zooms in of the logo while the color's spinning around it.
I didn't have an easy way of doing that. I didn't want to try to figure it out.
Well, we'll figure out episode 3.
Yeah, I will spend significantly more time for episode 3. The main reason that I didn't is because I was dealing with other stuff with my computer. Because I am no longer using Windows. Because I want to be using Linux. So.
I feel so sorry for you.
Don't be. I love Linux. So, you don't have to feel sorry. It is all personal choice at the end of the day.
I'm sure there's benefits. All I hear about the problems, you, Alex, I think also Joey.
Joey doesn't. I don't think Joey has a Linux machine.
Does Joey not use Linux?
Well, Linux is for the server.
God. All I hear is constant problems. Which it's fine if they're manageable problems. That's all I hear about.
They are perfectly manageable problems.
I don't know the in-depths of a lot of machines and stuff. So I don't really have enough knowledge to
The two biggest problems I have had is accidentally capitalizing something which shouldn't be capitalized, and accidentally doing permissions wrong, which are something I could technically do on Windows as well. But it's
if it's manageable, that's fine. I'm just saying, all I've heard about Linux is problems.
I fully understand anyone that doesn't want to, but I have my reasons. And I'm loving it so far, so,
That's all that matters. At the end of the day, as long as it is something you like.
Exactly. Plus, all the editing software works on it fine. And that's all we need, really.
Well, that's really all we need. I was gonna ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it should be in this video or not.
Oh,
It wasn't anything super personal. It was just something about Cyberpunk on Friday.
Oh, I had something I wanted to bring up to you about Cyberpunk on Friday.
Oh, good.
If you choose to fight, have a second character ready.
Oh, got it.
Does that answer your question?
No, because my thing was gonna be, do you think Cole was purposely trying to fuck us over because we got mad at him for fucking up the plan?
So,
Because it sounded like at the end of it, he just didn't care anymore.
So Cole messaged me after the session, and we talked a little bit about it. Again, I don't know if this is necessarily something that we're going to keep in the video or not. I don't know. But the general gist of it is he was asking me what he should have done to have everything go properly. And my answer was, don't walk up to someone and say something like that, is the gist of it. I don't know if he thought we weren't actually role-playing, and the thing is, as I did earlier then, I would have allowed him to say, no, I didn't mean to say that as my character, and I would allow him to take a step back. He did not take that step back, and thus things escalated. I also talked with Alex about this a little bit because she was curious as well. The general gist of it is Cole told me he is very much prepared for Marshall to die, which is something, I guess. Technically speaking, everyone other than Marshall is safe. In that they could escape at this point in time without any repercussions. You are sitting at the edge of a cliff and you have a decision to make, is how I'm going to phrase it very nicely. But you can still make it out totally safe, totally fine.
Does Law know if that guy was the other bodyguard?
He was wearing Arasaka armor.
So no, the Law know he's guarding the other VIP.
Oh, the ninja?
Yeah.
He has been hesitant to move out of the hallway. You can very much tell that. He has also not taken an aggressive stance. He has taken a defensive stance, which I believe I attempted to mention.
You did mention. I just want to get more clarification what my bases are.
He does not look as if he is going to charge you, is, I guess, the thing. The ninja is, of course, also wearing Arasaka armor.
Yeah, no,
So,
I figured that. I have an idea. I think I know what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Which may or may not end up with me dead, but, you know.
I am gonna just level with you that Alex is also debating on just bailing.
That's fine. Everybody. No offense to Alex, obviously. No offense to you, obviously, because I know your guys' relationship. I don't want this to sound as mean as it's gonna. She gives up on our jobs way too easy. I don't.
She really likes the character.
Which is fine. Liking your character is one thing. That's fine. I will always see my jobs through. As with the first heist, I completed that even though Alex said we should just bail constantly.
I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I definitely think it is an interesting dynamic. You know, everything worked out for the first gig rather well. So
I had a missing leg and a destroyed arm.
you know, there's got to be something that goes wrong to make it interesting, you know?
So as long as the rolls go well, my idea should probably work. Because really, in all honesty, if I didn't take the pistol with me, my first plan would have worked, from the sounds of it.
Oh, and the second thing that you know is you only have 6 bullets.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
didn't bring my ammo.
Yep.
I got that.
Just making sure you know you only got 6 shots if you go down that route.
I got 6 shots. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. You can refuse to answer this for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to sound dumb when I say it.
No, just say it.
Is there any possible chance I could get him to cut off the restrainer device that... Or not restrainer, but like the device that alerts everybody for me using my cyberware. If I were to specifically like sacrifice said limb, that way I could use that cyberware again.
If you will... Are you saying that you're going to sacrifice your arm?
The arm that has the... Or at least like have him angle my arm more so he slices the band off.
At the very least, it would damage your arm.
That's fine.
If done successfully, it would destroy the device, the band, if you will, and you would be able to activate everything normally without having to worry.
That's all I really need.
That is your answer.
That's really all I was wondering, is if I could specifically roleplay and phrase it the way that I am having it angled so it slices off the...
I think, though, in fairness, if you fail, you're most likely losing the arm.
That's fine. I'll get a new one.
I know it's not a big issue. Yeah, you can just go down to the store and get a new one. But that is a risk you will have to
fine.
take.
And that's only like a last... That is plan B.
Plan B?
Plan A.
Oh, gosh.
Plan A is my amazing luck with conversation skills. Which you'll probably put this together already. He's bodyguarding the second person, who I think is arguably more important.
I just love... I'm glad you figured that out, because I was really hoping that everyone would agree with Cole when he said, let's just kidnap the other one.
I feel like this is going to turn into a whole other thing again, just like the first heist, where it was, oh, everybody's on the executive. Nobody cares about this or this. Like, oh, great. So my idea is I'm going to try to reason with him that I'm not affecting the person he's protecting. And I only want the other guy.
Well, we'll see how the dice rolls.
If the dice rolls, well, that's all I need. Because that's the only thing I have going.
It is. I promise, it's not an outright no. It is. If favor fortunes you more of.
I will take I'll take a non-aggressive looking stance. I'll say I just need the other guy. I don't want the person you got. Because from the sounds of it, if that guy was as important as the one, the other bodyguard wouldn't have gone down so easily.
Oh, it's gonna be interesting Friday night.
That's all I need. It's all I can do. There are so many times I get put in situations because everybody else does something stupid. And then I'm suddenly sitting there with a gun against my head trying to figure out how to survive in some dumb fucking situation I wound up in.
How do I get out of this?
That's all that happens. That's the
I just
same.
remember when Cole snitched on you last time. Oh, gosh.
It's like every situation my character ends up in is because somebody else does something I don't agree with. And I am now suddenly fucked and I'm having to figure out other situations.
So true.
And it's like it falls into that same thing with like Alex and where she was like, "You're the leader." I'm like, "Why the fuck am I the leader?" I'm like, I improvise all my plans that you guys force upon me.
So typically the fixer is like a leader, but
I get that, but it's like a lot of times she yells at me because I don't understand fixer because I don't know what fixer really does. I picked fixer mostly to do deals, find things, and like get more money occasionally.
Yeah.
For big jobs. She's always
fine.
gotten mad at me when I don't ask for more money 100% of the time.
I don't know. I have a contacts list for like people that can help you if you want me to provide it to you, like a list of people that can do like. So basically, as a fixer, you're supposed to like get contacts and have people that you can help acquire things, because that is the main role of the fixer. It's to acquire something. Now, typically in 2077, that's seen as gigs. Most of the fixers you encounter are gig-based fixers. But there's also like what I think you more wanted to be of, which is an item type person. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't think that was the expectation that was put in for some reason. So, you know.
Should we wait a bit longer? It seems pretty busy.
Up to you. I mean,
it doesn't matter. Let's go.
Sooner we order, then. You know, he made the decision. He's got to live with it now, was my thought. I mean, I think if he backed out, even when we were, like, joking about it, I would have maybe thought about it. But I don't think there was a hint of, oh, no, I don't actually want to do that.
Or maybe, like, I don't know, like, when he brought up how his plan was supposed to go.
You know, again, these sort of things are time sensitive. I wanted it to feel like you had to kind of act.
Yeah.
And I wasn't trying to be mean about that, but
you weren't being mean about it.
Gave you enough time to do something.
Well, it's like, I guess the other thing is like, it falls under the thing where just like classic D&D, you just forget to say something because other people are talking. It becomes a whole thing.
I don't know. Because the way he worded it, the way I understood it is that he literally forgot.
But I don't know how.
Because he said, like, because I remember when we were talking about it, he said he literally, like, heard me say that, you know, it was going to happen and he didn't do anything. Because I thought I gave people enough time to say something. I at least try to do that. I don't know. Maybe my thinking was a little wrong there, but I don't know.
Or I just need to figure it out.
Just need to play the best cyberpunk of your life.
I just need to roll real good like I normally do when I persuade people.
Or he needs to roll really bad.
Yeah, or really bad. That's,
you know.
Yeah, I could roll a 5 again, and you could roll a critical fail.
I could.
That was always fun.
It is always fun. It's always great.
That was really funny to me when we did that in your campaign. I'm from over there. Welcome to the team, soldier.
Welcome to the team, soldier.
Matthew,
You rolled like...
I rolled like a 4.
I thought you rolled really good.
I rolled super low.
Well, I rolled a 1,
And you rolled a critical fail.
he didn't have any, like, he really didn't have any insight skills, which is a lesson I've learned, is that you give your NPCs decent enough insight if you don't want them to easily be lied to. DM tip. If you don't want your NPCs to be lied to very easily, give them this nice skill called insight.
Amazing. Top tips.
So I think he had like a 2 total, and it's like,
Yeah, it's great. The point is, I beat him, and that's all that matters.
Exactly. Welcome to the team, soldier.
Good to have you around.
Good to have you around.
And I somehow became a fucking... I think that was No, that was that campaign. I thought that was Logan's campaign. That was your other one, right? Where I played the Fire Genasi.
Played a Fire Genasi?
Yeah, I wasn't playing Dragonborn.
I fucking don't remember that campaign. Kind of nuked it from my memory.
It was the one where I became like a... Not a general, a corporal, I think.
Yeah, I think you were.
I think I became a corporal, and I wasn't even a part of that military.
You got promoted.
I just kept lying, and they kept promoting me because I had lied to get in, and then I was also at the peace summit, and they promoted me.
Congratulations on your promotion, soldier. Good times. Good
It was cut to nighttime. Oh, I said it'd be night.
Didn't you?
When
Didn't you
we
say like wait for the transition or something?
I said and cut tonight.
Oh, and cut tonight. Okay, that's what you said. I couldn't fucking remember. You could have fooled me. Ooh. Is that the mood you're in right now?
Tired.
Yeah, I mean,
Got up at fucking
seems like it.
8. Went to work.
I got woken up by a chainsaw.
That sounds nice.
My neighbor was cutting down in that tree.
And I gotta do the whole showing at my house on Sunday.
Oh, that's...
House still being sold.
I forgot.
I'm not gonna be a big fan of it because I have to work Sunday, and then I'm coming back to. Supposedly, my parents say I can't come back to the house because they're doing the showing. I don't really trust random people in my house.
Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, I don't know. Back when Alex and I were more intensely looking for a place, we took a look at the place, and it was pretty occupied, and we were like, oh, what's going on here? And then they're like, oh, the tenants haven't moved out yet. They're going to move out, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, okay. It felt weird. I mean, I didn't touch anything.
I mean, it's no different than when you walk through, like, an Airbnb.
Yeah, I guess.
Because, like, that's somebody's house.
I know, but usually with an Airbnb, they're like,
It's like
cool with it, you
Yeah.
know? And, you know, with an Airbnb, you don't have to list it if you're, like, need to put stuff away. You can wait so that, like...
Oh, I just feel uncomfortable because I have a lot of expensive stuff in my house.
Yeah.
Especially my room has a bunch of shit.
Yeah. No, I get that. I 100% get that. So are they just like kicking you out, or no?
They're not big fans of the way we're keeping all our animals, though. They were.
So they do know about that.
They know about our animals.
I thought they didn't.
Well, they know.
Okay.
They told us we had to get rid of 3 of them, or 2 of them.
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, "Oh, well, we could also just do the thing where 2 of them are listed as emotional support animals."
I see.
And that doesn't count on animals on the lease. Because if they're emotional support animals, you can't say you can't have them on the lease or whatnot. They just don't exist.
Ah, okay.
So by technicality, we only have 3.
I see. That's how you did it.
And at first they were like, "Oh, that's fine, that's whatever." And then I guess they started bitching about it. But we're still doing it that way.
So it was fine until it wasn't fine?
It was fine until they thought about it for like a week or 2, and they're like, "Oh, that's not fine anymore."
No, we lied.
But we're still doing it, and it's still happening.
Okay.
They're just probably going to be annoying about it.
So then why is there a showing?
They're still selling the house.
Are they selling it to a new renter?
Yeah,
Like,
or
oh, okay.
to a new landlord.
Okay. For some reason, I thought like you.
That's what everybody thinks. I've explained it several times when I tell them.
I know you have, but I constantly forget. Because usually when I think of showing, I think like a showing to like a tenant. But no, yeah, landlords sell their crap all the time.
They're doing false advertising though.
Oh,
because they're using just the pictures they have available on like Zillow.
Yeah, everyone does that though.
But our backyard is completely dead right now. Like it is just mud.
Yep. You don't have to tell me about false advertising. I know all about it.
You guys own your house, or are you renting?
My parents own their house. My parents fully own their house. They paid off the mortgage a couple years back.
Wow.
So they are very fortunate in that regard.
Yeah.
My parents also technically built the house, so then.
Got it.
So.
I have that on Sunday. I gotta work, so I might call Preston tonight and say I just can't work that weekend because he wants me on Saturday and Sunday like last week. So I might just not work at all next week and make $0. Mostly because the showings are on Sunday.
Oh, so they're doing multiple. Wow.
It's an open house.
Oh, they're just doing a full open house?
Yeah.
I think you told me this too, and I forgot.
I think I mentioned that at the very beginning of this conversation.
You probably did.
And that is why I'm more like
I'm not awake right now.
That's why I'm more against the idea of people just being in my house because isn't an open house just anybody can come in?
Technically, yes, anyone can just come in. That's the whole point. It's supposed to get more people in because then you don't need to schedule with them and all that for a showing. I still remember Alex and I toured this apartment, and the leasing agent was like, "Yeah, you'll get your own garage, right?" And then they sent us the lease agreement, and the unit that she said was the right one that we wanted didn't have a garage, and we were like, "Hey, what's going on with that?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, it doesn't have a garage." It's like, oh, that's like important.
Who needs garages?
I mean, like, it wouldn't have been a big deal if she didn't if the garage, apparently there was a price difference of like $400 for like a garage spot, and it's like, no, I don't want to do that. So we didn't do that apartment. Well, that would have been the 3 bedrooms. So that would have been me, Joey, and Alex in one apartment. And so it would have been even worse that we didn't get any garage spaces at all. So whatever. It is what it is.
Don't you and Alex just mostly park on your driveway anyways?
Yeah. I mean, I park,
Yeah.
It wasn't the only thing that the leasing agent wasn't fully honest about, is all I'm going to say. There were like... So she said that everything was going to be the same as the unit we were looking at. And what we were looking at was more of like a row housing, if you know what I mean by that.
Nope.
And it was going to be 3 stories and it was going to have a garage. And the one that was the one that we actually wanted the showing for was a single story, sort of like main room, 3 bedrooms sort of setup. And it was like, that would have been nice to know beforehand because we thought we were getting something else versus apparently I don't know. It was a whole thing. So, whatever, you know. She probably just didn't know what she was talking about at the end of the day. Because, I mean, she showed us around the whole unit and kept saying, yeah, and yours would be just like this. And it was like, and then after we got the lease, it was like, hey, this doesn't look right. And she's like, oh, no, it is. It's like, oh okay, cool.
It's exactly as I described it.
I don't know. We're being picky, but we have the benefit of being picky because, you know, we're not exactly in a hurry. So I'm counting my blessings.
I was gonna say, do you really have the benefit of being picky?
Not really. But how about this? At the end of the day, money is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And the apartment was that apartment was probably too expensive at the end of the day anyway. If you want me to be honest.
Yeah.
But my biggest gripe is I think it was a major material misrepresentation. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it. I understand.
We have the benefit to be thorough, I guess, is the term I'd prefer to use then. Because I don't know if picky is the right word. But I don't know.
You're always given the benefit of being thorough.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Picky, I view more as you have a bunch of options at work, you're just being annoying about them.
No, we're looking for an option that works.
Yeah.
I guess is the term. Well, we have found options that have worked, and we've applied to them, and we've just gotten no response. And you email them and bother the listing agent, and then they're like, "I'm not going to respond to you. I'm going to leave you on red. I'm not going to respond to your emails.
Get ignored, idiot.
Get bent. Thank you for the $20."
Cost you $20 to message them?
No, application fees. Apartments, a lot of apartments do this very evil thing where they make you pay to just apply.
Got it. I'd rather be homeless.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's part of me that's like, hey, if you're making me pay to apply, you could at least do the common decency of emailing me back and saying, I'm sorry, we chose a different applicant. Like, can I at least get that?
You get ignored. You're supposed to come to that conclusion.
I know you're supposed to come to that conclusion, but it's even like an automated freaking system that's like, oh, we don't reply to emails. Oops. Oh gosh, I'm a little tired. Would be better. So I don't know. That's just me. I also hate that with like the job market right now. It's like you apply to something and then people just never reply to you. It's like,
yeah.
No, you don't get to know if we even considered you for the job. We're just not going to respond. It's not a real listing after all.
Not really.
We're not actually offering the job. We're just putting the position up on LinkedIn or whatever so that we can gaslight people into thinking that we're actually hiring when we're not. A company has to look like it's growing to be successful. I feel like we've had this conversation before.
I don't know if we've had this exact conversation before, but I know you bitch a lot about I say bitch, but in general, just complaining about the way things are going.
I don't know. I don't think I try to put down reasonable complaints, I dislike when people don't respond, especially when it's something important.
It's completely reasonable. When I say bitch, I don't mean it in like a negative form.
Yeah.
That's just the way I say or talk about people complaining as they're bitching about a certain subject.
Yeah. Personally, I only use the word bitching when I think someone's being unreasonable, but, you know.
Bitching is just a very broad term for me.
It can. I get it.
I use a lot of things that people don't use in broad terms.
Yeah, I know. Things that we can't say in the podcast.
I just say things and then people are like, yeah, I don't use it in that exact same way. I'm like, well, you're dumb, so. I'm sorry, I use English better than you.
Expand your lexicon, dear sir. Perhaps considering...
Somebody should have passed 8th grade in English.
Even I know that. That's what the bleep is for.
Keep talking, motherfucker. I'll bust out ye old English on you.
Thou hast none to call thine own.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I thought you would have waited for like half a year.
I missed the gas pedal a little bit at first.
Just a little bit. Yeah, we nudged forward. I was like, I guess we're dying now.
Whatever.
I think that was a custom license plate.
It was?
Yeah, we just passed one. I don't remember what it said, but it looked pretty custom.
Add that to the counter. What is it at now?
4.
That sounds right.
It's not as much as I thought it was going to be because we saw a lot before we started doing this.
It's because we're counting them.
Now that we're actually looking for
It's because there's
it's
a record.
the same old tried and true thing. When you're looking for something, you'll never fucking find it.
Exactly.
As you get a custom license plate.
I'm not buying a custom license plate.
That's just my gamer tag. Alright. That's that though.
That is indeed that.
Hit the button so I don't have to think of anything else to say. That's how we should end something.
Thank you for watching this week. Thank you for watching this week's. Thank you for watching this week's episode of the Thicc Carcast. If you'd like, we always love the like, the subscribe, the comment, boost us in the good old algorithm. Praise his name. See you next week, guys. Stay safe. Stay inside.